Now, welcome to the part 2 of how to write a project like a pro. From the part 1, we talked about how to get your topic approved, get your aim and objective, search for journals, screen those journals. And now we want to talk about how to write your introduction, literature review, and the rest. So I'm going to teach you how to easily write your introduction. If you've not watched the first video, go and watch it. Now you've gotten all your materials, which I already explained what to do in that section of the video. You already have them. You want to start writing your introduction. This is what you will do. Those journals you downloaded, you're going to bring them together. Now I said you should download at least 7 to 10 journals, right? And you screen them to like 3 or 4. Now you've done that, you screen your journals to like 3 or 4, which the citations in the in-text are perfect. It has references and they are up to date and they are recent materials, right? You want to start writing, okay? And they also align with your aim and objectives. Now in that part 1, the other video, we had 5 objectives. So to write your chapter 1, you have 2 options. 1, you can actually take those journals, go to the abstract. Now if you look at the abstract of a work, it's a summary of the entire work into 260 words. Then you can just look at where the introduction of that work ended. Provided it aligns with that objective, just copy it. Copy that part. You can do that, but if you do that, you may not get much. So I will recommend you use the introduction that is in that particular material. So go to the introduction, copy everything. When you copy everything, there are 90% chances that introduction will align with your work. So you take that introduction. Remember, you downloaded journals based on the various objectives. So let's say objective 1, you've gotten a journal now that aligns with that particular objective. What was our objective 1? Let me refresh your mind again so that you remember where we are coming from. The topic is this: microbial colonization and antibiotic resistance profiles of microplastics in urban water bodies. The aim of this project work is to investigate the microbial colonization of microplastics found in urban water bodies and assess the antibiotic resistance profile of the isolated bacterial strains. Now we have objective 1. Objective 1 is 1. To isolate and identify bacterial species attached to microplastics collected from selected urban water bodies. See, now you have objective 1 and you've already downloaded your journals. So based on that, I already explained to you in previous videos, the part 1, how to search. Use that objective to search. So now you've gotten your journals. Copy the introduction, paste in your system, edit it, remove the irrelevant parts, paraphrase it, and take notes. Most of these journals, they will now put in the end the purpose, the aim of this research work. Remove that part, it does not concern you. Then take it, edit it properly, and make sure that all the in-text are properly cited. You understand? Take that introduction that you copied, look for the in-text in the reference of the material you got it from. Copy out the reference and arrange them. I'll also teach you how to arrange references, but if you need that for different referencing style, I will teach you and give the sample, but I can't say it now in this video. But if you need it, drop a comment in the comment section for me to do that video. So let's continue. Now you've gotten your introduction that aligns with the first objective, right? Once you've done that, do the same for each of the objective. Do the same. Get the materials, look at the introductions in those materials, copy them and paste, edit, paraphrase, and make it align with that particular objective. So we have 5 different objectives. We're going to copy the introduction from 5 different journals that align with those objectives and put them together. Now once you've done that, you've already gotten 5 different introductions that have been formatted to align with those objectives. Then put them together. You now find a way to connect them to turn them into the document, into paragraphs and others. Then you put them there. If you do that, when your supervisor is reading through your work, he's going to find out that in the introduction, you touched every objective, which kind of give a total covering of your project work. In this case, you have written introduction. So the next thing to do is to go to your literature review. Now, in your literature review, you're going to take the entire, listen to this and listen good. You're going to take the entire topic, the aim and the objectives. Take everything, put it into ChatGPT and say, write an introduction for literature review. Just introduction for literature review with citations. Let it be there. Then you now state the referencing style you are using and ask ChatGPT to do that. So ChatGPT will write a short introduction for literature review based on the topic, the aim and the objective you gave to it. Bring it out, edit it, paraphrase the sentences so that you can remove plagiarism and then move it into your work. You've written the introduction of your literature review. Then how do you review the literature? And listen. Every journal you have there is somebody's work, right? But the thing is that they are related or close to your work. So somebody did a work that is not exactly your title, but on something that is close to your title. Maybe it has to do with antibiotic properties, you understand, of microorganisms found on microplastics. You get? So you are going to take that work where it is similar to your work or close to your work. You're going to copy it. It might be that the person did it using different parameters or in a different location, and you are doing it in a certain location, or the person used a different experimental design, different from what you are doing, but it's basically the same thing you're almost looking at. You get? So you take that person's work, copy the results. You see that result? Because in journals, they write result and discussion. Copy everything. Copy it. Don't be scared. Just copy. Copy everything and paste. Now, when you paste it, read through it very well and start paraphrasing. Understand what the person received. Maybe the person said, this work, this pH was recorded, the microbial load was this was this. What you're not going to do, before you start that, check that journal very well. When you check the journal, you're going to see the title of the work. Then below the title, you see the name of the authors or the author. Then on the top right corner, you see the volume or the issue number of that journal and the page range of that particular paper. You will see it there. So these things are there. Then what you are going to do, you will now pick the author's name and write this way. Maybe the name is Okoro and others, which is Okoro et al. Maybe it was Okoro that wrote it in association with other authors. We're going to say, according to Okoro et al., the microorganisms associated with these were recorded, and the microbial load was this. So you are now, once you start the sentence like, Okoro observed that, Okoro et al. States that, according to Okoro et al., A study carried out by Okoro et al. I'm giving you several ways of presenting these things. So each of those authors you are going to review their literature, this is how you are going to start acknowledging them from the beginning. Yes, they are going to cite other people in their own discussion, quite all right. Take it that way. Then you just see, the simple part is copy their results and paste first. Then paraphrase. Paraphrase it into a reviewing tone. They wrote it in a reporting tone. You are going to write it in a reviewing tone. I hope you understand that. So as you are reviewing, because it is called literature review. So some of you make the mistake. When you say literature review, you will now go and start writing what is microplastic, a definition of water, definition of urban. What's that? That's the literature review. That is not a literature review. A literature review is you are looking into other people's work and reviewing them. You are presenting them and observing what is said. So you will do that for the first objective. You remember that each of the objectives that we created, we now created section for them, like that we use to search for our journal. So if you've not watched the part 1 of this video, go back and watch it so you can follow what I'm talking about here. Now remember that we change those objectives to key phrase, right? You are going to use those keywords or key phrase as your section for your literature review. When we did introduction, when we were searching for journals, we first of all changed the objectives to keywords or phrase that we use to search from this search engine or get materials. You're going to use those keywords or those key phrases as your section for your literature review. Now the first one here is bacterial species commonly found on microplastics. The second one is microbial load in microplastic surfaces. The third one, based on the objective, we wrote antibacterial susceptibility pattern of bacteria found on microplastic surfaces. So you cannot use this to do your section based on the objectives that you have before. Then when you do that, you're going to also use your journal to follow the same pattern. You've already written the introduction for the literature review. Then it's time to start copying their results. Copy the results. But when you are copying the results, remove tables, remove figures like graph and charts, remove all those things. And go through it and read it properly and paraphrase. Like review it and present it in your own words. Remove all those areas where they will say in figure this as shown in table 2.1 or table 4.1. Remove all those things. So, but just simply report the results they get. Now, once you've done that, you did it for the objective 1, objective 2, and objective 3. You have written your literature review. Now, guess what? Let's assume you got from each of those objectives, you're able to gather 3 materials each or 3 journals each. And out of that, those 3 journals you used, multiply that 3 by, let's say, 5. If each of them gives you 2 pages, you've gotten 30 pages for your literature review already. So with that, you are good to go. Then the next thing you are going to do, you're going to write your materials and method or methodology. That is very simple. You can just go online because all these experiments you are doing, people have already done them. You can just go online, copy somebody's work and change the value, change the location, change the map and impute your value. They are all the same method. Or simply go to the lab where you did your work. As you were doing your work, I hope you were documenting everything you were doing. Just write it out that way. It's the same method. It's very easy. That one should not take more than 3 or 2 pages. Then once you're done with your chapter 3, then you go to your results. Presenting your results is very easy. It's just you saying, in the lab, I saw this, I got this, the microbial load was this, the temperature was this, the humidity. Just present what you got from the lab. That is results. Where students usually have problem again is discussion. Discussion is very easy to write. What do you do? Now you've written your literature review and your methodology. You've presented your results. The next thing is discussion. This is what you do. Go online, go through those journals you downloaded, go through them carefully. You will see the ones that are almost identical to your work. Just lift them, lift their discussion, bring it, paste it. Then, first of all, read through carefully and use that as a template or as a structure, but make sure it's a very good expression. Impute your values. Impute your values into where they has appeared. Then begin to change whatever is written there to align with your own. Edit it, then review it again and make sure that you have done the necessary adjustment to make it make sense. You don't have to start writing from scratch. You don't need to do that. Okay, why will you review people's literature before? Why did you review their literature? You want to see if what you are doing is in line with what Adekunle did or with what Uzochukwu did, right? Then you are going to go back to that literature review. As you are writing, you are going to say, from the result, this temperature was gotten due to so and so factors, due to this and these factors, and this is in line with what you go to what Okoro or whoever, the journal you use, you go and pick from there and paste. It is in line with what he got or is in contrast with what he got. Now if it's in contrast, you have to give reason why you think is in contrast. So discussion is simply an interpretation of the result you got. So I think I've given you enough. After you've done this, then you write your abstract. Abstract is very easy to write, but I won't tell you now. Just let me know if there are things that you are still struggling with. Just drop them in the comment section. So I would like to stop here, go and continue with this first, and then get back to me. I will always be waiting for you in the comment section to know if this video actually has done justice to all your needs. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and keep coming back for more academic contents.